This is a story that we had covered a few years ago when it happened. You had a young brother by the name of Khaseen Morris, and he had got into a scuffle with a Tyler Flach. Now, Tyler decided to go fight him behind a girl in a parking lot and end up stabbing the young brother in the heart, and he ended up passing away. Well, Tyler ended up getting sentenced in this case. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Tyler, do you regret what happened?
No.
Words of regret from 22-year-old Tyler Flach, who was sentenced to 25 years to life for the stabbing death of Khaseen Morris in 2019, who was just 16 years old.
Finally, he was held accountable for something that he did.
The family of Khaseen left court relieved that the maximum sentence was given. This Snapchat video that we have blurred shows some of the fight that occurred in this parking lot. Police say it was over a girl. Prosecutors say Flach was a friend of that girl's ex-boyfriend and went to this strip mall to fight Khaseen.
And he brought a knife to that fight, and he plunged it into this beautiful young boy's heart and snuffed his life out.
Inside court, now 22 years old, Flach made a statement. "I hate that day. I hate myself. It's hard for me to live knowing by my hands someone died. I did not try to kill anybody that day, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Acting Supreme Court Justice Howard Sturham was not convinced. "As I see it, you were trying to impress people on your side of stupidity." To which Flach interrupted and yelled, "We were kids. We were kids. It was an accident."
He chose to do what he did. He chose to get in that car. He chose to bring a knife. He chose to stab my brother. All of those were his decisions. So I refuse to entertain any sob story from Tyler.
Now, as you heard in court, he screamed, "We were kids." No, it has nothing to do with you being a kid, because you brought that knife over there and you did what you had done to that young brother at that time period behind a girl that don't have nothing to do with you at all. I don't know why any guy would fight behind a girl. I mean, I can understand fighting, someone disrespecting your wife, or I can see fighting someone that's disrespecting your wife, or, your female family members, child, etc. But you're fighting because of a girl walking with him.
Tyler, do you regret what happened?
No.
Words of regret from 22-year-old Tyler Flach, who was sentenced to 25 years to life for the stabbing death of Khaseen Morris in 2019, who was just 16 years old.
Now, you're not going to have no access to no girls, sir. You're going to be in there with a bunch of men for 25 years. Now, I'm pretty sure you're going to get a parole, but it's going to take a little while for you to get a parole. I mean, you threw your whole life away behind being jealous that a dude was with a female that you had nothing to do with. All the different females that's out there in New York State, and you mad enough to go do what you had done. I know good and well you would sit down for all these years and say, "Man, that was so stupid. Why did I do that?" I always tell people, think before you do things. Think. You know what I used to do as a kid? I used to want to do a whole lot of things, but this is what I used to do. I used to sit down and imagine I actually did it. And like in my mind, I'll play a scenario in my mind, I actually did it. Then I will look into playing the scenario, what my consequence would be. And if the consequence for me outweighed the action, then I wouldn't do the action. That's what kept me out of a lot of things as a kid. I'm like, wait a minute, okay, if I do this, then this is gonna happen, that gonna happen. Nah, that ain't worth it. I'm not gonna do it. If a lot of you would just sit down and do that, you will stay out of a lot of trouble that way. So let's think about it. If he would have thought about, okay, if I go over there, fight this guy, and I got this knife and I do something to him, what's going to happen after that? Okay, I'm going to get caught. I'm going to go to jail. I don't want to go to no jail. Nah, I'm good. No girl is worth all that. If that's the best way to be, please be thinkers and not act on impulse and emotion, because impulse and emotion has put a lot of people in prison. But let me know what y'all think about, this situation. I'm great he's going to jail. I'm great. His apology don't mean crap, because he was in his five senses when he did that.